My name is Ernst Pifnick, and you're listening to my internet radio show called Straight Answers, where truth is king. Today I'll be interviewing world-famous evangelical apologist Ravi Zacharias. Welcome to the show, Ravi.
It's Dr. Zacharias. Doctor.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm a humble man with 9 or 10 PhDs. I can't remember how many. I've lost count. And I'm considered the world's leading apologist for the Christian faith. Maybe that is because I am a Cambridge scholar. I don't know. And I lecture at every major university in the world.
That's pretty impressive, Mr. Zacharias.
Please, Ernst. It's Dr. Zacharias, PhD. But you can just call me Dr. Zacharias. I only use PhD in the bios on the back of my books. As Christians, we don't want to appear ostentatious or make ourselves out to be more than we are.
No, we sure wouldn't want to project that, would we? Now, Ravi.
It's Dr. Zacharias, please.
Tell us a bit about your first PhD, where you earned it. And I know our listeners would like to know what your thesis was.
Oh, did I tell you that I won the Asian Youth Preacher Award? A very prestigious award indeed. I have a trophy somewhere to prove it. At least I think I do. I must find it and show you.
That's wonderful, Ravi.
Please, Ernst, it's Dr. Zacharias. Doctor.
Of course it is. Now back to our question about where you earned your first PhD. Our listeners are dying to hear about it.
Oh yes, by the way, did you know that I was invited by Cambridge University to be a visiting scholar?
Yes, I've heard about that. And we'll talk about your prestigious role at Cambridge later in the show. The first doctorate, Ravi.
You're starting to anger me. It's Dr. Zacharias. Doctor, 10 times over. Let's be respectful of each other.
You're so right. We certainly want to represent your accomplishments accurately, don't we?
Oh yes, of course. Have you listened to any of my Harvard lectures on truth? Truth is very important in our society. Many have lost complete touch with it.
I couldn't agree more. Now that first PhD, where did you earn it?
You know, Ernst, I don't like to boast about myself. I'm not avoiding the question. I just like to remain humble and not inflate myself in the eyes of your listeners. So many do that. I believe it's the quality of the man and his message that are important, not his credentials.
I'm so pleased to hear you say that, Ravi.
It's doctor. Do I have to keep telling you that?
We all recognize the great humility for which you are acclaimed. But our listeners would like to know why you want us to call you Dr. Zacharias. What was that first PhD in?
The reason you should call me Dr. Zacharias is because it is written in all my marketing materials, websites, books, and wherever I go, they call me doctor. So you should too.
Let me be direct with you. I've heard that you do not have even one earned PhD. Is there any truth to that accusation?
Well, Ernst, you know how it is with the internet and social media. People spread all kinds of lies. Anybody can get on there and say whatever they want.
That is so true, Ravi.
Darn you, Ernst. It's a doctor with a capital D.
We'll leave that question for the moment. Now you mentioned Harvard. Which faculty invited you to speak?
Did you know that I've lectured at nearly every important university in the world? And the ones I haven't made it to, it's only because of lack of time, not because there were no invitations.
But tell us about your lecture at Harvard. You mentioned you spoke extensively about truth, as you have in many other lectures at different places. But our listeners would like to know which faculty invited you, so we can get a sense of your academic affiliations.
Ernst, I've lectured so many times at important universities, it is impossible, off the top of my head, to remember which faculty goes with which lecture. If you had my lecture schedule, you would understand this.
So you're telling us that you can't remember even one faculty that invited you? Say at Harvard, Princeton, Yale, or any of the Ivy League campuses that you speak at?
That is correct, Ernst. In fact, Ernst, as I get older, my memory gets worse. Perhaps it is time to retire and hand the reins to the next generation of great apologists.
So true, Ravi. So true.
It's doctor.
Well, Ravi,
Doctor.
it's time to wrap up the show.
Doctor.
For all you folks listening to Straight Answers, we've been speaking with Ravi Zacharias,
Doctor.
world-renowned evangelist and apologist for the Christian faith.
Doctor.
We're looking forward to having Ravi
Doctor.
on again, as we've received quite a few emails stating that they didn't feel that our guest answered the questions.
Doctor.
Until next time, I'm your host, Ernst Pifnick, for Straight Answers, where we pry the truth out of liars.